السلام عليك من ربي السماء الله 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 السلام عليك دايم.
Have more than one woman. By nature, male and female, they're born in equal proportion. Male and female, they're born in equal proportion. But when you ask any pediatrician, in the child age itself, in the childhood, the female sex can fight the germs and the disease and the bacteria much better than the male sex. So in the children age group itself, there are more male children dying than the female children. So in the pediatric age itself, you find the population of the females more than the male population. As you grow up, deaths take place due to accidents, cigarette smoking, due to war. In these cases, more male are dying than females. So today in the world, there are more females than males. Only in few countries, like the country where I come from, India, and few other countries, where the female population is less than the male population. And the basic reason for this is, a report had come on the BBC, in the program assignment, the topic was Let Her Die. There was a British reporter by the name of Emily Beckonen who said that every day in India, 3,000 fetuses are being aborted after they identified that they're females. That means more than 1 million fetuses are being aborted in India after they identified they're females. If this evil practice is stopped in India, within a few decades, even in India, the female population will outnumber the male population. Let's analyze the statistics and the ratio of the male-female population throughout the world. In America alone, there are 7.8 million females more than male. In New York alone, there are 1 million female more than male. And today's statistics tell us that the 1/3 population of New York, they are gays. Gays means sodomites. That means they wouldn't like having female partners. There are more than 25 million gays, sodomites in America, Qawme Lut. That means, if you analyze, there will be 30 million females more than males. In UK alone, there are 4 million females more than males. In Germany alone, there are 5 million females more than male. In Russia alone, there are 9 million females more than male. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone knows how many millions of females are there throughout the world. Even in Singapore, if you check the census, there are bound to be more females in Singapore than males. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone knows how many females are more than males throughout the world. Suppose I agree with the non-Muslim who says that one man should only marry one woman, if I agree with him. And suppose my sister happens to live in America, and the market is saturated. Every man has found a wife for himself, and the market is saturated. Yet there will be 30 million females who will not find husband. 30 million. If you can find a man who has no wife, grab him. But suppose the market is saturated. If you go to America, market is saturated. That every man has found a woman for himself, yet there will be 30 million females who will not find husband. Now the only option remaining for these women, and suppose my sister happens to be one of them, or suppose your sister happens to be one of them, the only option remaining is that she either marries a man who already has a wife, or she becomes public property. You know, people say, Brother Zakir, public property? What do you mean by public property? I tell them this is the most sophisticated word I can use. I cannot think of a better word, because, I am a Dai. I have to use good words. I can't use other words, I have to take care of my language. It is the most sophisticated word I can use. And you ask that to any modest woman, that would she prefer marrying a man who already has a wife, now become public property? Any modest woman would opt for the first. But when you go to the Western world, you find there that it's very common practice that they have mistresses. On average, if you see the sites of America, on average, a man has 8 different sexual partners before he settles down with one permanent one. 8. Statistics of America. Some may have 20, some may have 30, some may have 1. 8 different sexual partners. Mistresses are so common. And when a woman becomes a mistress, that means has sexual relationship without the wedlock, she has no protection, she has no rights, She has no honor. All this goes down the throats of the Westerners very easily. But when we say that Islam allows a man to marry more than one woman, they cannot digest it. When a man marries more than one woman, the women, both or three or four, all of them get equal justice, they get honor, they get their rights. And alhamdulillah, they lead a dignified life. Whereas if you compare to the mistresses, they are leading a life which is not honorable at all. So Islam has a solution to the problem of the humankind. That's the reason Islam has allowed some men to marry more than one woman to protect the modesty of the woman, not to degrade her.
السلام عليكم